Hello, and welcome to the show. I am your host, Antoinette Blake, the DE Diva, aka the Delaware Blogger, and I am here with you every Saturday at 10 a.m., bringing you podcasting pointers that will help you to expand your brand online by simply using your voice. You can reach out to me by sending an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com, and you can find and follow me on all my social media platforms by simply using the Linktree ID A Blake Enterprises. Again, welcome to the Delaware Blogger Podcast, and make sure you share this episode and any other episode that you found to be of interest with your family, your friends, your bae, and your boo too. And until the next time, see ya. It's the DE Diva. Very, very overwhelming, which is why I'm working with Elite Conversations Podcast Media on their WOW podcast. What's a WOW podcast? A WOW podcast is 3 to 5 minutes of knowledge and wisdom. They're powerful words of wisdom that are provided by professionals, business owners, authors, entrepreneurs, and influencers from around the world. The WOW podcast is produced, again, by Elite Conversations Podcast Media, who also produces my other show, Out and About with Antoinette, every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Now, these WOW podcast topics cover everything: business, career development, leadership, education, management, health and wellness, marketing, financial management, nonprofit writing, and guess what? Personal development as well. So if you're a coach, it doesn't matter what kind of coach you are. We know that you have something to say, a legacy to leave, people to help, but you don't have time to produce your own show. So I want you to check out WOW Podcast on Elite Conversations Podcast Media. And I'm going to leave the link in the show notes because we know, podcasting is powerful. It's exciting, and all the major platforms, including TikTok, are getting in on the action. And you're having a short form show is perfect for this platform. We're going to talk about that in a minute because it fits into most people's schedules, because we have the attention span that less of a goldfish, and it's getting shorter and shorter every day. So I want you to check out Elite Conversations WOW program because I want to hear your WOW podcast too. So make sure you check it out. Listen to my Out and About every Wednesday at 1 p.m. produced by Elite Conversation, because that's where I am interviewing guests from in and around the state of Delaware who are doing some amazing things. And today I want to talk about podcasting and creating those podcasts that's going to get people's attention on platforms like TikTok. Yep, that's what we're going to talk about today. Did you know there are over 1 billion active monthly users on TikTok? Yeah, I mean billion. TikTok is becoming one of the most popular social networking platforms on the planet, and it is becoming a perfect tool to get your show out in front of as many people as possible, which is what used to be said about Facebook. But most people don't understand. People say TikTok is for the younger generations. Well, let me tell you something. All these social media platforms can be used by any generation. And if you're a business or a brand, an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, you're always looking to get out in front of your targeted market audience. So I went online and I checked out a few articles on how TikTok can help you get your podcast out there. And I want to share just 6 of the topics that are suggested. So let's start with number 1. They say that TikTok is great because it can grab people's attention. Yep. Videos tend to go viral. We've all heard about the V word, tend to go viral on TikTok because they're engaging. People like to see it. But we're not talking about getting up there and dancing. People want to see something fast, quick, and entertaining. So before you even post, Think about your target market audience. What is the pain point that you're trying to solve? What is it that they care about? What's going to spark their interest? So make sure that you got quick, clever sound bites. It has humor or shock value, not too shocking, but something that's going to keep them there for a few seconds, right? So do something that's going to grab their attention. So if you have a product or a service, put it up front, with some great music. If you're having an event, bark out a command, let people know that proverbial, can't even pronounce that word, CTA, call to action. What is it that you want them to do? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Blah, 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 blah. So grab their attention. The next thing is, again, keep it short and sweet, like KISS. Keep it short and sweet. TikTok has increased the time limit to 10 minutes for videos, but we have the attention span that less of a goldfish, so the shorter, the better. Shorter videos are more likely to get more views and tend to go viral. So make them short and sweet. Grab their attention. Let them know. Keep them there, but no longer than, a few seconds or a minute or two. Number 3, focus on one subject per video. Now that's saying that, you don't want to have a whole bunch of people on your video. Focusing on, you don't want to talk about too many things. You don't want to talk about ABC and then XYZ. So you can break them up. So that if you have a series, you can give them that. Give them one highlight at a time, or one command at a time, or one event at a time. Don't try to mesh it all together. So just kind of focus in on one subject per video. You can make a bunch of videos, but keep it short and sweet with one subject. Number 4, hashtags. That's right. It doesn't matter what platform. Hashtags makes it easier for people to search your content. So if you're talking about, food, make sure you have the hashtag foodie, or if it's a Mexican cuisine, or if you're talking about blogging, make sure, you have blogging hashtags. Whatever the subject of your video is, make sure those hashtags are there so that people can find and search. If you're talking about rock music, make sure you have music, or whatever the case may be. So keep it short and sweet, grab their attention, focus on one subject, and use those hashtags. And then number 5, they said, give them a reason to act. Well, that is a way you're going to measure engagement. You want to get them off of your platform, off of TikTok and off of Facebook and off of Instagram. You want to take them someplace. So where do you want them to go? To your website? To your blog? To your podcast? To your brick and mortar? You want to know where you want them to go. Do you want them to sign up for an email list? Yes. Remember that interview that I had with Lisa Connor talking about email marketing? Well, if you haven't heard that interview on Out and About with Antoinette, you need to check it out, because you want to get people to sign up for your email list so that you can keep connected with them. Because when these social media sites shut down, go down, whatever, because they do, we know it happened on LinkedIn. We know that it happens on Facebook. We know it happens on Instagram. You want to be able to get to them. And the best way to get to them is with an email. So your call to action, give them a reason to act. Number 6, I don't think I have to tell you this, but don't put out any inappropriate content. I mean, this is like a no-brainer, right? There are rules and regs for everything. You can check out, what you can post, what you can't post. And if you guys know me, you know I have been in and out of Facebook jail since last year because my blog, Delaware Blogger, was hacked, and it went to a site selling Viagra. And I'm in and out of Facebook jail because every time the bots, not humans, and if anybody's out there listening and they know somebody that's a real live person that works for Facebook or Meta, that can go to my account and say, hey, this woman is not putting out inappropriate information. Please help me out, because I just need to have my account cleared, because I am walking on eggshells each and every time I post on Facebook because of previous violations that added up month after month. So, don't put anything inappropriate, be nice, be kind. We don't need to see all. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that's the thing about TikTok. You can be scrolling through and people start dropping the F-bomb and all that other stuff. So, don't put out any inappropriate content. Point blank. Period. So these are just a few, suggestions that I found, I believe at rss.com on how to use TikTok to promote your podcast. And again, wow podcast. A wow podcast is a 3 to 5 minutes of knowledge. Simply what I'm doing here, I'm giving you a little bit of information, but it's even short form, sharing that knowledge, sharing that wisdom, whether you're a professional, a business owner, author, entrepreneur, influencers. These podcasts, these mini podcasts that are produced by Elite Conversations Podcast Media is amazing. Go check it out. Because most people say, what is your why? Well, today I want to know what is your wow, and check out TikTok in helping you promote your podcast. So until next week, this is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware Blogger, wishing you and yours a beautifully blessed day. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Delaware Blogger Podcast, because every week I am bringing you podcasting pointers that will help you to broaden your brand and expand your exposure online by simply using your voice. And if you'd like to be a sponsor for the show or you have suggestions, please send an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com. You can find and follow me on all my social media platforms by simply using the Linktree ID A Blake Enterprises. Check out my other podcast, Out and About with Antoinette, every Wednesday at 1, where I'm interviewing some amazing people from in and around the state of Delaware. So until the next time, make sure that you share this podcast with your family, your friends, your bae, and your boo too. And I'll see ya when I see ya. See ya, it's the DE Diva, aka the Delaware Blogger.